You know, for a while, I've been telling myself there's no such thing as soulmates. But now I'm not so sure. So where's my soulmate? Are they in this room? It could be anyone. I don't know if there's one perfect person out there for me, but I know that for a long time I've been ignoring my gut.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here isn't drunk, he isn't high, nor is he under duress. It's worse. He's being himself. And what a horrible thing to be. Recently, I decided to go back and finish watching Regular Show. It was one of my more favorite cartoons, but it sorta got pushed back to the side when I was in college. Life was lifing. So recently, while I was skimming through to refresh myself, I found that I left off somewhere around in season 6. And oh god, what a fucking shit show I found myself in. Watching that season 6 finale was like taking a big ol' whiff of something that you know smells like absolute shit. Like in New York, when you see a train car that's almost completely empty, when the cars beside it are packed during rush hour, you know damn well someone homeless is up in there and they got the whole train car skunked out. You can imagine what it smells like before stepping inside. So, do you say fuck it, bite the bullet, and see if you can last until your stop? Do you say screw that, go to the next car beside it and try and force your way through? Or do you wait for the next train? You see me, I bite the bullet every fucking time. Life ain't easy, but watching this fucking non-flying Blue Jay was even more difficult, more than I'd like to admit. Despite the vibes I was feeling from the previous episodes going into the season 6 finale, things just weren't feeling right to me.
You don't feel them fucking vibes?
Vibes? What vibes, man?
Fucking vibes, man!
No lie, when this one came back into the picture, I already knew what type of timing these Mordecai and Margaret focused episodes were gonna be on, and that was back when I was still watching this show religiously. Now, I'm not on no Magneto shit on some species superiority, but Margaret's father is human, and she's, I believe, a Red Robin? How? How is this possible? And no, she isn't adopted, her mother is right there. I mean, this is far from the weirdest thing in Regular Show, but yeah. Going back and watching the episodes leading up to the season finale was reawakening the hateful beast that was dormant for so long. Mordecai was never Benson or Skip, who I immediately enjoyed watching fresh out of the gate. The truth is that I never really liked Mordecai though, but that never stopped me from enjoying the show when it came out. Despite all of Mordecai's faults, the random and wacky absurdity of the show is what kept me coming back. Not even this fuckface was gonna ruin that for me. But at some point along the journey, I began to subconsciously hate this big blue bird brain bitch. Now forgive me, as I've said earlier, I sorta skimmed through so I could find where I left off, so I'm not gonna remember every single detail of all the early seasons, but I do remember a solid amount, so you could say that I'm running on nostalgic hate. Before I continue this video, you have to understand something about me. I can watch shows and movies and not hate a character despite what heinous shit they might do to the world or the people around them. Even if their actions brings about pain and death to my favorite character, I do not hate those characters. Even though there might be some characters that I do dislike a bit, I can't say that there are characters that I hate out there because if they got me mad or pissed off, I like them. Typically that meant that they did their job by getting that sort of emotion out of me. Mordecai is a different story as my anger towards him isn't his writing, it's not his dumbass choices, or how stagnant of a character he is, especially when placed next to Rigby, nor is it his lack of emotional maturity, or how he handles situations, or how he doesn't seem to learn, or how immature he is, or the fact that he killed his best friend because he was jealous that his best friend was making corny ass jokes that got the girl he liked to laugh. It's actually all of those things. Minus the writing. Also, Mordecai, if she's laughing at shit like this...
You're gonna have to excuse Mordecai here. He has a hard time trying to espresso himself. Everything okay, Margaret? You seem like you've got a full plate.
Reconsider your values as an anthropomorphic bird. If your crush or your girl laughs at shit like this, anybody with a little bit more game than Mordecai here, which isn't much if we're being honest, is going to bag her. Someone could hit her with the, "Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see," and those panties are already coming off. While I'm already touching on this episode, I don't see any world where one of my bros is trolling me and I say I'll kill you. and then proceed to kill them. I can confidently say that that's never happened to me. Now, Rigby was doing a bit much here. If he knows Mordecai is jealous, I don't see why he'd keep pushing him. Honestly, the fact that they're in their early 20s and acting like this is nuts. But the lengths this Blue Jay went through because of his jealousy is some real nasty hating behavior. Taking out the battery of Rigby's watch so he can miss the movies with Margaret is some petty ass shit. It's actually funny. This is where I'm gonna be a bit real. One of the main reasons why I hate Mordecai is because I saw parts of my young teenage self within him, and it pissed me off. Watching this years later, it still pisses me off because I want to beat up my younger self for those memories that will randomly pop into my head at night and will kiss the darkest corners of my mind so that I could cringe right before I fall asleep. Now, I'm not about to be on any projecting bullshit and say that everyone who hates Mordecai is because they see parts of themselves in him and that's why they hate him. Although, that can very well be the case unconsciously for some people, but hey, I'm not your therapist, and I'm not about to psychoanalyze strangers online. Despite me saying that I see parts of myself in Mordecai, I'm talking about the high school teenage version of me, where I'd blow off my friends to constantly be with my girl, making her my world and sacrificing things because I was blinded by the illusion of true love, not even knowing what the fuck love truly was. High school love. Am I right? So when I look at Mordecai, despite hating his no-flying anthropomorphic bluebird self, he's real. In fact, he's so real that I can envision me putting my hands around his throat and strangling him for the bullshit he got off in season 6. Nah, in all seriousness, Mordecai felt like a real person. While I can relate to being nervous and crushing hard on a girl, even teenage me knew when to call it quits and when to move on. Regardless, I have no sympathy for this fucking Blue Jay constantly folding like a tower of cards in the presence of a summer breeze. I cringed as a teenager watching his constant fumbles, that along with the constant self-sabotages. Hell, I think we all did. I absolutely despise how there'd be a situation with conflict and Mordecai would always keep Rigby down on some superiority bullshit. But I'm just yapping at this point. This show's been out forever. Anyway, I finally get to the season 6 finale and here's Mordecai in an awkward position with CJ after she called Margaret out on her dishonest bullshit about still having feelings for Mordecai. Now we're at the wedding day. Rigby tells Mordecai to just listen to his gut and ultimately, Mordecai listens to his gut. A gut that has never benefited him, might I add. He ends up hijacking Muscle Man's and Starla's moment on their own wedding on some "Where's My Soulmate" monologue.
Finding the right person is hard. You know, for a while, I've been telling myself there's no such thing as soulmates. But now I'm not so sure. Look at Muscle Man and Starla. It's like they were designed for each other. So where's my soulmate? Are they in this room? It could be anyone. Maybe it's you. I don't know if there's one perfect person out there for me, but I know that for a long time I've been ignoring my gut. Because I didn't want to hurt anyone. But instead of saving their...
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Mordecai, just stop. I already know what you're gonna say, so save it. You don't know who your soulmate is?
Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here isn't drunk, he isn't high, nor is he under duress. It's worse. He's being himself. And what a horrible thing to be. Look, first off, Mordecai, fuck you for making this moment where the bride and the groom are about to be officially newlyweds about you and your relationship. Have some fucking coof. If you truly wanted to embarrass your girlfriend, why couldn't you have just picked a different place? You know, somewhere where you don't have the spotlight on yourself at someone else's wedding, where pretty much everyone knows both of you? Everything about this entire situation is completely unethical, and I'm saying this as someone who broke up with their toxic ex on Valentine's Day, so hey, maybe take my words with a grain of salt. Choosing to break up with your partner in front of people you all know is different, but the thing I can't comprehend is what Mordecai says about how he doesn't know if his soulmate is out there. Saying this whole thing while your girlfriend is in the crowd is insensitive. I don't believe in soulmates, okay? Because soulmates imply that there is perfection out there when there really isn't. There is beauty in flaws and imperfections, and it's up to you to decide what you're willing to compromise on when choosing to lock in on a meaningful relationship. But regardless, you don't tell your partner that they aren't your soulmate. When you say it the way that Mordecai just said it, it honestly sounds like you just settled with them. And no one wants to feel that way. Mordecai's big blue bird brain bitch approach makes it seem like he's looking for his wife while he's still with his girlfriend. What kind of ass backwards shit is that? Hey man, shout out to Rigby and Eileen for having a solid relationship. While I haven't seen anything from season 7 or 8, I know how the show ends, so congratulations. Look man, I do not care about shipping characters in any show. While I like CJ more than Margaret, it's irrelevant to me. I would still have these same issues with Mordecai on this instance if he had treated Margaret the same way. I know I touched on it already, but for Mordecai and Rigby to be in a similar boat from the beginning of the series and seeing Rigby's growth as time went on while Mordecai remained the same really made his character stand out. And by stand out, I mean that in the worst way possible. If I'm also to be honest right here, I will not forgive him. Mordecai is beyond insufferable to me, and my disdain for him will forever burn on for the duration of my lifetime. Hell, the only blue anthropomorphic animal I f with is Sonic.